Welcome back, everyone. This is Adam again here at TexasProLighting.com, CamaraLights.net, RGV Shelby on all social media platforms. We're going to show you some headlights that a customer sent in. Some of these headlights here from the Ford F-150, especially 21 through 23, have problems with the DRL. So we took these in, opened them up, did our RGB modification to the DRL. We added the clear side markers, the clear DRL on here as well, and then the custom paint job, of course, just to match. Now, another thing we can do is we can actually do custom lens etching. We can add the demonize. Customer chose not to do that. So we're going to show you a couple of different controllers whenever we do the RGB. So first controller we got is, of course, our Ultimate Control. This one here, unfortunately, because it's RGB, you're not going to have a turn signal. You are going to have a turn on sequence, but you won't have turn signal on it. Second thing we're going to show you is our BlueGhozt. Of course, this is a raw one. We'll get it all set up. Now, with the BlueGhozt, you do have turn signal function. You do have different turn on styles, and we're going to show you a bit of that. So let's show you the turn on sequence. This is our Ultimate Bluetooth control. Now, this uses the LED Hue app. So we're simply going to connect the app. So when you go into the app, of course, you can choose your color. Of course, that'll be your white for driving. And then you have the 120 different modes that you can do with this one here. So if there's a specific color you like, you can go to that mode. So each mode is a little bit separate. So this one here is a little bit tighter. So all you do is just go and it'll change the different color, same mode. So it goes through that, and then you can start changing that up. So like I said, there's 120 different modes on here. This one's a nice little builder mode. A lot of people like that one. So we got that one there, and then we're going to show you now the difference between this one and the BlueGhozt. Okay, we got our system set up to our BlueGhozt. So one of the things we're going to show you here is on your parking lights. Of course, you have different modes that you can choose. Also on your turn signal. Of course, this is where you program your LEDs, your sequence. So it'll have strip, halo, matrix. We choose strip. Of course, we do this one DRL1. This one's the left's going to be the left turn signal, the right. And then we have a party mode on there. And of course, these are our different modes. So now this one here, of course, you can always go in there and change it. So say if you want the stacker, hit the stacker. Now you don't need to have the input on to do this. Once you power on the unit, these will be available to you straight from the app. So you can just hit that. So this is the stacker. You can do a matrix. If you want to add a color, say you want to add a purple color, just add that purple color. You can also slow it down, speed it up. Moves a little bit faster. The gap size. So you can change that. Make it a little bit tighter. Like I said, it's up to you. Once you get this set up, it's very easy to go back in there and program that. So let's show you the turn on sequence. Right now we have it on the scan sweep. Of course, this will go to your ignition. You see, that's your turn on sequence. Also, you have your turn signal. So I'll show you the turn signals right now. So that's the sequence. You can go in here, even while it's doing its job. You can go in there, change the sequencing. That's the bubble. That's the rollout. It's the wave. And that's a basic. We usually go with the sequence, so you can see how the sequence matches up very well with the turn signal. I think this is always a good option to be able to turn your turn signals on. So once again, you have a lot of different options. You can run the different slats, turn the turn signal off. You can run, say, the Cylon here. Cool modes, parade. So like I said, all of these are customizable. So you can always add a different color if you want. And then of course, when you go to something like the Cylon, you can actually go in there, hit the matrix, and it actually makes it act a little differently. Once you do the matrix, so say this one here, the orbit, we can go in there, speed that up. As you can see, now it's doing the orbit on that one. Of course, you can go faster, bigger size, however you like that. And then of course, whenever you turn the vehicle off, you're going to do the scanning sequence again. So if this is something you're interested in, or if you just have questions, like I said, check out our website, TexasProLighting.com, CamaraLights.net, and then of course you can always reach us out to us on all of our social media platforms. Just look up RGV Shelby.